What's good, Boom Bap Nation? It's the Historian back for another album review, and this is going to be for the collaborative project from Swab and GeneralBackPain with Crystal Castle. Now, originally when this was released, it was through Bandcamp. However, I don't have PayPal, and so I wasn't able to purchase it off of Bandcamp. So the album release date shows 6/4/25, but I actually think the release date was earlier than that through Bandcamp. But the project finally made it on the iTunes, Apple Music, and so Swab and GeneralBackPain with Crystal Castle. GeneralBackPain is a pretty dope MC. I would say probably those are probably a little heavier in the underground scene. Are probably going to be familiar with GeneralBackPain, and Swab is a producer that pretty heavy with the sounds, and I think for the most part this project was. I think it worked. I think this collaborative project worked really well. I could be a hit or miss with Backpain. It just kind of depends. But I thought this was a really good project, all around. This is 13 tracks, about 39 minutes. Not many features. The features that are on here work really well. But as usual, let's get into the track-by-track listing, and then some of the tracks that stood out for me. So it starts off with Stand and Deliver, Vectors, Copper Sky, The Showdown, which is one of my favorite tracks on the album, Beveled Stones featuring Lupus Day and Chuck Chan, Peekaboo, Days of the Past, It's a Crime, track 9, Double Trouble. I really enjoyed number 10, track 10, Pain, King Zandu, which features Lupus Day. Beast of Burden is track 12, and Crystal Castle has a really dope feature from Killy Shoot to round out the album. So Crystal Castle, it's a good album. Not a ton of replay value. I thought maybe the production would hit a little harder more often, but it definitely had its moments with like the tracks I mentioned. But my favorite ones like the Showdown, Pain, and Crystal Castle. But I think all in all, Swab created a good backdrop for GeneralBackPain to kind of flex his lyrical skills over it. So overall, I wouldn't even go as far. I would even go with disappointed. It's a solid project. Like I said, I rarely go in with expectations. So when I knew this album was coming out, it wasn't that I already kind of elevated to certain tiers. I do that for some projects, but this one, I figured it would have some hard-hitting production, and it did. So this is a solid project. I do recommend this. Let me know if you've heard of GeneralBackPain, if you listen to GeneralBackPain, and if you've ever heard from Swab. So you can't get this on Bandcamp. You can go there and look up Swab, and you're going to see a lot of other projects from Swab too. And I would say probably some of the other projects that Swab has been on, I've liked those a little bit more than this one. But this is still a solid effort, a good effort. I don't even use the word good. It's a solid effort. I rate Crystal Castle 3 mics. So a solid rating, a solid album from Swab and GeneralBackPain, Crystal Castle, that was released on April 4th of 2025. So once again, that's 3 mics. And as usual, like, subscribe, stay tuned. I got a ton of reviews I'm trying to get out because I have at least another 20 or 30 that are written and ready to go. All right. Peace.